All right, we're back for the second part of Sunsu kata and the bunkai of this kata, the applications of this kata. So the first part that we did covered moves to about the halfway point in the kata. We got up to the move here where you do that double block or arm break move. And we're going to continue from there. The next move is to turn and face to the front with a guard, and then the twist. And then the blade kick, double punch, double punch. So we're going to take those moves. Some of them are connected, I think. Some of them might be separate. But we'll take it from here where the opponent grabs our shirt and we take our guard position. So we came around and we got surprised our opponent grabbed the shirt. Now our basic bunkai is to reach over to their opposite hand and turn it over and create a wrist lock to bring him down. You can also put your elbow on top of theirs, and that gives you even a better lock. That's the move that changes. Let's move back here. When you twist, that's where you're going into the crane stance position. One more time, he grabs. I'll do it on this side. This is the same as the kata twist. And then this kick is a stomping forward blade kick. It could actually go to either leg, whichever one you wanted to kick towards. Your opponent's in a pretty bad position right there. Outward blade kick. Now, he might come out of that or avoid that and then come up with a punch. And if he attacks with a punch, that's where our next moves can come in when you do the double punching move. Double punch, both hands going out at the same time. My feeling is that the opponent's not just standing there and you're just getting to punch him. The opponent's probably punching you or doing something to you. So one way to deal with that, when his punch is coming in, my arm coming out, it acts as both a deflection and as a strike to him. So his punch isn't, mine hits and strikes him at the same time. And in the kata, we do it on both sides. So if he practices with his other hand punch, that one hits and strikes there. So double punch might not only be the punching. Think of the hand as deflecting. The lower hand could be deflecting too. If it's a body punch, it could be this way, deflecting and then striking. So the other hand can be the deflecting hand as well. So the arms going in front kind of create a wedge or a triangle, and that protects the sides of your body. You just flare out your elbows a little bit, hit against their arm, and you've got that move covered. Next move is after the double punch, drawing back to cat stance for your head block. Basic application, he comes in and grabs both hands and he's grabbing, and I can do my block. This is in the cat stance, if you can remember that part of the kata. Then he comes in to try to punch, and as he does, I'm getting off to the side. That's the angle step kick to the groin. Maybe he punches again, twist the other way, get off to the side, kick to the groin. So those are good moves of evasion. That's number 10 of your lower body basics in Isshin ryu karate, that move where you twist off and do your kick. All right, let's go to the next section where when you come down off the kick and you grab and you pull, you get this elbow strike and then two side elbows. Master Angi Uezu would teach this, that opponent could be punching at you and you're deflecting it here or catching the punch against your elbow. But that's against your body, you're protecting your solar plexus. The other hand hits low, hits to the groin, and then grabs, and I'll grab the belt, and you pull in for the elbow strike. So you're pulling both arms, and that's that inward drive of the elbow strike. Since your hand is up by your head, it could also be a head punch deflection with the strike and then the pull in as well at the same time. All right. So when you do this move, that's the inward elbow. Now the next move is two outside elbows, which can be just following up after that. One more time, punch, strike, elbow in, just hitting and hitting side to side. So that works out fine too. Good elbow strikes. But there's another way to look at that. Sometimes an elbow strike application can be more than just a strike. It's really a twist of your body with your arm bent in. So against a punch, I could be deflecting here, coming up and catching and pulling in. And now this arm coming across the body looks like an elbow strike, but it really doesn't hit him. All it does is locks up his arm, locks up his body so that he has to move that way when I twist. It looks like I'm doing an elbow strike, but really it's just moving his body. It's locking him with his arm. So that could be for a single elbow strike. In this part of the kata, we do 2 of those. So if the first one doesn't take him down, which is your goal on this, if he punches and I can get this, I might be able to take him down right from that locking position. But if he doesn't go down, I've got the other elbow coming back the other way, and now I can throw him in the other direction. So I get to here, I pull him down, I get him off balance, and then I go the other way. So it's the 1-2 move there. All this takes is when you first do the deflection, you're blocking, you're getting slightly to the outside of the opponent, and then you wrap your arm over there and pull it in tightly. The way to make this work is to hold it really tight. Don't let there be any slack, no movement for them when you do the first elbow or the second elbow. But it's a very effective self-defense move when somebody's arms are at body level and you've hooked in and caught them in there tight. So a move to work on and experiment with a partner. We do that section 2 times, one side and other side with the pull and the 2 elbows. And then we face to the back with the guard and a stomp, which could be a punch coming in, blocking and stomping on the foot, and then hitting with the elbow, and then with the other 2 side elbows, or like I showed you, the locking move and doing the takedown from there. All right, we're getting to this part of the kata now where you go back into a cat stance. And this is the push to the side, and then step up and grab and spin with the elbow strike, and then back, grab, and throw. And that typically goes all together. Master Angu Uezu taught us this application, this part of the bunkai, against an opponent who's first doing a kick at you and then a punch at the head. So I'm facing my opponent here, he does a front kick and I deflect it to the side. Then he punches at me and I block it up and grab and spin through and hit him in the ribs with the elbow. You might still be holding the arm even at that point. Now, the movement back to cat stance might also pull his leg out of the way a little bit. And then reaching in and grabbing and doing the throw. Even if you don't do a full lifting throw, you can just grab the opponent, and I'll grab on the leg and the collar, but you can just pull over and bring him over to the side this way. All right, so that's thinking of that throwing move all the way down to the side. Next move of the kata, a block with the elbow and then a back fist, and then coming up with the grab and kick. So elbow block, if he punches, this works pretty well. If your arm is at your side, if you're holding on to something, you can't lift it up as easily, well, just blocking out with your elbow can be a good deflection. You can also use the other hand. Since you're coming from here, he could be punching, deflecting here, and then either knocking it to the side or hitting in sideways with the elbow to the body. If he did the other hand, I can catch it here and get an elbow break right there, twisting in. After that, that's a hit to the body from there. So you're doing the back fist, the elbow block, and the back fist. The opponent comes in to grab on the shirt this time and gets a hold of you. So you hit the palms into his elbow and lock out his arms, slamming up. This is the move when you're in your crane stance. You slam up and you grab a hold of the gi. Now, I would pick my leg up, and this would be straight in. I would push in at the groin level and pull in the arms at the same time. That's a very effective, powerful move. You have to get your knee up high and then push. All right, that's the grab and heel kick, straight forward. Next part of the kata, circle, hit, chin, knee, punch. I think these moves really show Master Shimabuku's practical thinking in terms of self-defense and maybe a bit of overkill as well. But in martial arts, having multiple follow-ups is always a good idea. You might not need all of these techniques. Maybe the first or second move is enough to finish in a self-defense situation. But if you need more, it's good to know that there's more available. Here, an opponent punches and we block. We pull that arm down and we hit low. We hit to the groin. Then we pull him in again and strike. So I might be pulling the opponent at the same time as striking at the chin. Now, I let go of the hand as I do my knee, and then follow up with the last punch. So that's a block, hit to the groin, pull in, chin, strike with your palm, knee strike to the groin, and then punch. Now, that's done on both sides, of course. You're practicing these techniques with left arm and right arm. Now, the last moves here with the double block. This can be a couple of things. The basic application is opponent kicking, and we're blocking out here, and then straighten out and kick. And that's fine. We can also do it as with the arms moving and catching a punch coming in, and then hit it. So you're still in that similar position. And you're in frame stance from there, punch comes in, block and hit, and then kick. Kicking inside the leg can be a good way to take somebody down. Groin, of course, is another target. So that's your double block and kick towards the end of the kata. Now, the last two moves, the guarding moves, these are also shown in Kusanku kata. And I like to think of it not just as blocking punches, but it could be blocking the first punch and then working an arm lock from there. So I'll have Mike do it on this side. He'll punch in right hand, and I'll deflect the first move. So that's my guarding move. Now I'll come under and get to the next one. So I'll bring my arm underneath. This arm pulls in at his elbow. This one lifts up at the hands. And my hands are in exactly that position of the guard. So he punches in, and I can deflect. Even if I was deflecting this side, I can catch it and pull it back this way. So I get the arm lock on that second movement of the circle. This is something, again, to practice with a partner. Once you get the feel of it, you can get that arm lock pretty well. You kind of slam your arm into theirs. He punches here, and you hit it up, and you come around with that lock, and you get the arm lock from there. So that's Sunsu kata, and has some good bunkai to it, some good applications. I want you to take a look at it, experiment with what I've shown you, and maybe add some of your own techniques as well. Thinking deeply into the kata, looking beyond the surface, that's a mark of a true martial artist, somebody who's just not taking something at surface value, but looking in deeper. Develop your own insights into Isshin ryu, and I hope this video was helpful for you. We'll see you on the next one.